Hello? Hello? Hey, how are you? Yes, this is she. I remember you. Yes. Okay. I remember you saying you wanted to meet up. Oh, okay, we can meet up. That's fine. No, I don't like coffee dates. To, I don't drink coffee. I drink iced coffee, but I don't think that's a good way to start a date. You don't have a car. You live with your mama. Pick you up. Me pick you up. I don't know if this is gonna work because on the chat the conversation was going a little bit different. I mean, you said you were a vice president. You said you were in corporate America. You had a house. You had all these things, and now you don't even have a car. So, and now you're asking me to send you a picture of my body to see if my shape. No, we're good. We're good.
What do you even wear to a date?
Hey. Do you want kids?
Hey!
Yeah, I hope you take care.
Was it nice? Mm-hmm. Yeah, starts coming up in smoke.
Oh my
wafting
God.
around with his teeth out.
I kind of want to take my time.
Hey y'all, with this online dating thing, I'm gonna give you guys my 5 things that I love about online dating and my 5 things that I despise about online dating. Let's get into it. Now, online dating. The first thing that I despise. Let's get into the things that I cannot stand about online dating. Now, as a woman living in Atlanta, okay, I gotta speak for Atlanta. I cannot speak for everywhere. We all know there's a whole show about it, catfishing. People putting pictures of themselves on their profiles that's not even of them. Meaning they have a picture. Okay, you see a picture up of, you're like, wow, that's an attractive person. Tyson Beckford, whoever you think is attractive. You normally click on a picture of someone that you find attractive. Okay, well, you talk to the person, again, hiding behind the picture, so on and so forth. Well, as time goes on, at some point, you have to meet the person. At some point. They never want to FaceTime. Now we have technology. That's the saving grace is technology. They never want to FaceTime. They never want to meet in person. Those are red flags, obviously. but it's a waste of time. Okay, so the people who want to catfish, to the point where they felt the need that it was so bad to make an entire show about it on MTV called Catfish. So it's a thing. So that is the thing I don't like about it. People lie. People lie. I've online dated before. I don't need to do that. I think people who are insecure probably do it, or if they're not secure with on their looks, I don't know. You guys give me your feedback. What do you think? Have you done it before? Do you think that it's a big deal? I think it is a big deal because, people, when you look at someone, you want to look at someone that you think is attractive. So what do you guys think? I mean, I think it's a big deal. Okay, another thing, what about the weirdos? People were just weird. Like the phone call that I just started with, somebody asking me to send pictures of my body, from the first conversation. You're asking me my name or hello, can you send pictures of your body? Or if someone is maybe doing things to themselves while they're talking to you, or just things that are weird. And sometimes people revert to online dating because they don't have any social skills. Now, that's not always the case, because I would say I have social skills. I would say I'm a social person, but sometimes people who are professional just don't have the time to just go out here and just, bebop around looking for a husband or a wife. But you do have those people who just don't have any social skills, so they use that as a way to hide behind a camera to be able to talk to people. And me being an educator, I see students who struggle at a young age talking to people, just talking to their peers, and that goes into adulthood. So I could see where that could possibly, transition from a young person to an adult person if they don't work on that skill, because that is a skill. Being a person who can talk to people, strangers, in an environment where it's just strangers and having a cohesive conversation, maybe somebody you like, even, that is a skill. Everybody can't do it. So it's awkward. So people may call that weird. It could be uncomfortable. So people hide behind the cameras, socially. So that could be something that I feel is odd. And then you have the people who are not weird. They're not weird. They're very intelligent, but they play these games. They're just playing games. They're just on there to see how many women they can get, how many men they can get, how many dates they can get, because there's so many dating sites. I mean, I'm not going to list them all. So the third thing that I really despise about online dating is the games. So you have, number one, you have catfishing, the fake pictures. Number two, you have the weirdos. Number three, you have the people who want to play games. Okay? Meaning they know clearly what they're doing. They're just simply out here trying to get multiple dates. This goes for males and females. This is not one or the other. This is both. They're socially fine. They're just out here simply just trying to get as many dates as possible. Some money isn't an option, or isn't an issue, excuse me. They'll pay for the dates. They'll take a woman to a high-end restaurant, maybe with their guys, their fellas. They have these bets within themselves where they say, how many women can we bag, or whatever they call it, whatever the men call it, I don't know. Now that could depend on the age group, which is extremely immature. So then that could cause a problem. But the thing is, those are games, especially if the women are on there for a different reason. So that goes with the games of what are you exactly on the site for? Because then you have people who are actually on these sites for marriage. Some are on here just for maybe The games, which is like maybe just for dates and fun and drinking or looking for sex partners and all that kind of stuff. Because some dating sites are known just for certain things, which is not always the case, because you have certain sites that people have said that are known for certain things, but I've met people on those sites and it wasn't like that. So that's not always the case. So it's a individual type of thing. That's the thing. You have to really know yourself and have to really understand. That's the thing. You have to take the time. Do you really want to take the time? So that's the thing. Is it even worth the time? That's the thing. But the games, you got to be kind of up for the games, but how far are you willing to take it? Myself, I'm not willing to take the games. All right? Now, the other thing that I don't like about online dating, which is my fourth thing, is the safety aspect. Okay? The safety. Now, I'm a very private person. Okay, yeah, I'm on the internet. I have a podcast. Of course, I want my show to blow up all over the world, of course. But I'm still a private person for the most part. I keep my circle really tight, really close. And, dating and everything, that kind of stuff. People come into your home, that you just meet online. Not the best idea. But, especially even like the phone call that I had. Can I come to your home? No, you can't. I don't know you. Or what if someone's like, okay, meet me at such and such restaurant. Okay, sure. But then you get to such and such restaurant. You show up there. But what if you're set up? That's how I be thinking. What if you're set up? But you're in a neutral place. Like, you're out at a public place. But let's say Papa Do's. Yeah, that seems to be a date place. Papa Do's. But they're not there alone. You're surrounded by other people. Like, you're parked, they're parked, they posse is parked. You go in there and have dinner, and then you come out and you're robbed. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. That's how I think. That's what I'm saying. It's like, is it even worth it? That's what I'm saying. But then again, you could also meet somebody at Kroger and be the same thing. Or at Target. I mean, it's almost like you have to really have God in your life to really, it's almost like you can meet somebody anywhere. The same thing could happen. But online has this connotation that you're going to meet like a crazy person, So for me, like I said, that fourth thing is your safety. You got to be extra cautious because people do come with this, the catfishing, the weirdos, the games, people hiding behind computers. It has this weird kind of thing, like somebody sitting in the basement going, I'm going to trick you. I'm going to pull you in my basement and everything. So not always the case, but online has that kind of weird kind of thing to it. All right. So my fifth thing that I don't like about it is I feel that I have to word this right so it doesn't sound wrong. Certain sites I feel are geared towards certain races. And I don't think that's right. Because I feel like there are certain races that want the same thing as other people. Does that make sense? Meaning, just because someone is a certain race does not mean they don't want the same thing as someone else does. Because it seems like certain people gravitate towards certain dating sites, and the outcome seems to be the same. And I just think that should not be like that. I feel it should be across the board to give everyone a fair shot. I'm not gonna call them out. It's no need because we all know what we're talking. We all know them. Some of them have a better reputation than others. As far as the outcomes of them, positive outcomes, and that's disheartening to say the least. So you want to have more positive outcomes than negative outcomes, obviously. But you know, it's almost like if you don't meet someone when you're 22 in college, you know, you're stuck with what you get on the internet. And then that goes back to if you're 40 and then you meet the weirdo catfish person on the internet, you're going to have to deal with that or just be lonely at 40, 35, 40. So it's like, you're professional, but you want a man or wife or husband, whatever. Do you just take what the weirdo games, put yourself in jeopardy or in safety, or do you just, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, it's like catch-22, okay? Now, let's flip it to the other side. Now, the things that I do like about online dating. The first thing is, I can lie. Like, as a woman, I can lie. You know, I could say, you know, for example, if a guy was like, because you know, you can say, you can put anything as your location. Okay, you can say, what's your name? You can make up anything. You can say, I'm Grasshopper Greenhopper from Alaska. You never put in your real location. That's a safety measure. That kind of goes with the safety thing. So I could lie and make up some stuff. Again, but I know I'm being counterproductive with that. I know, but again, we're talking about both sides of the fence here. So I like that aspect of it. I know I'm talking over both sides of the fence, but I like that aspect of it. I can lie myself, okay? And I also like the fact of online dating that you cannot just come to my house unless I invite you. Now, take that from the angle of back in the day, before we had internet. Now, back in the day, how did we date? You had this big old phone, dialing it, pushing buttons on the wall, and talking to somebody, falling asleep on the phone. Are you up? Are you up? I'm up. I'm up. Just, you know, there was no internet, there was no FaceTime, there was none of that. You had to talk to the person. Y'all were falling asleep on the phone. If y'all don't remember that, you're lying. You didn't have any other option. That's all you had. There was nothing else. I mean, I remember having phones, you know, the cell phone with the bag. I mean, it's just so different now. Young people, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. So that's all we had. So there was no you couldn't find some people live at. You had to tell people where they live at. So the number two thing was you can't just show up at someone's house. So that's the second thing that I really like about online dating. Okay, that is the safety issue. All right, so number 3 is the internet's undefeated. Okay, right about now, you can find out about anybody. All you need is probably just an initial, and you don't need a whole last name. If you have all you need is a little bit of information. Where they work at, maybe their address. If you have a little bit of something. Where they work at, address, their mama's name, their brother's name, their baby mama name, something like that. You can probably find out, everything will pop up. That's why people give all the fake information. Because people don't want you to find out about them. So, again, that's actually good. I mean, you don't want everybody to find out about your business unless you know somebody. People are very secretive. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, do you blame people? You know what I'm saying? So that's actually a good thing. You know, so it's kind of like, that's actually different than what we're used to, but it's actually a really, really, really a good thing that people can actually do that, okay? So, I have a long list here. I have to condense it. I can't just go over everything. We'll be here for days. So another thing that I like about the internet is the internet could be your friend. Okay, like I say, undefeated meaning it could be your friend. So I want to say one more thing about that. I'm still on number 3. Okay, it's undefeated meaning if you listen to people talk, sometimes they will just tell on themselves. Okay, tell on themselves. So as they're talking, if they keep running their mouth while they're talking, especially if they're liars, right? You can start jotting little stuff down when they're talking. You know, where do you work? What do you do? Da, 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 da. If they're telling the truth, you know, little stuff will come out. Just start writing stuff down. Then you can just start Googling. Now, if nothing comes up with this person, like ghost, they probably are lying. As I said, the internet is undefeated. Number 3, the internet is undefeated. That's the thing about it. If you look at somebody up, if you can't find something about that person is probably either a liar or they are not a person. They're hiding. They're hiding. And they probably a person you don't want to be associated with. It's a double-edged sword to that. If they're trying to like hide who they are, you probably don't want to be around them anyway. All right? So, number 4. Something else that I actually like about the internet is did I not write it down? Oh, everything is in your face. Everything's in your face. You have the red flags are right in your face. People put it right in your face. You don't have to go searching and digging for anything because everything is right in your face. And I think a lot of people, so number 4 is the red flags are right in your face. You don't have to go searching. The problem is a lot of people try to ignore all the flags. So I like that fact because the phone call, I am this, I am that. The very first conversation, you go from vice president to not having a car that's a red flag. Come on now. You go from vice president to I live with my mama. Come on now. So it's right, it's right in your face. I do like that because you get exposed quick. If you look at it right head on, you can see somebody right from the very beginning. Now, the problem with that is if you are so blinded and so jaded by, I want a man, I want a wife so bad, you just say, you know what? Well, maybe they're just living with their mama for a short time. Maybe they're going to be maybe they got that job, vice president job. They just lost it yesterday. Or maybe they just lost their car yesterday. Maybe they'll get the car back next week. Okay? And they're 47. Okay. Well, I mean, you can look at it that way if you want to, but those are red flags. Okay? There are certain ages where certain things should not be taking place. We all know things happen. I agree, things happen. But you got to look at the red flags in the very beginning. Why are we dealing with stuff in the very beginning? You know, why are we dealing with things from the very beginning? Okay, so I do like the fact that things can be exposed early on. Because if you see things from the very onset, why would you want to continue on? So I like the fact things can be exposed from the beginning. Move on. Okay, that's number 4, the red flags. All right, the 5th thing I like about the internet is that you actually could find your happily ever after. You actually can find your happily ever after. Because I know people that actually have found their happily ever after. So to say all that is what I'm saying. People they've actually have kissed frogs and, you know, toads on both sides, men and women. And, you know, they've had to kiss frogs and, you know, whatever. But they've actually finally got to the point where they finally found their Prince Charming or their princess or their queen, and they've had their happily ever after. You know, speaking for myself, I'm always be transparent with, myself and with you guys. I met my ex-fiance on a dating app and got engaged, had a beautiful engagement in Switzerland and Milan. It didn't work out. You know, that wasn't my happily ever after. You know, so, you know, you think it is, but it's not. I met my previous boyfriend before that on a dating app. We were together for 5 years. You know, it didn't work out. You know, won't say anything bad about the person, it just didn't work out. You know, so it's like, you know, but you can meet the same person somewhere else. So, but online dating, I feel the expectations, the bar, I think is already lowered because of the environment of online dating. I don't know which has a worse connotation. A club, online dating. What do y'all think? Which has a worse connotation with it? Meet somebody in a club or online dating? That would be a good question to ask. Is it, if you told someone you met your husband or wife online or at a nightclub, which one do you think people will go, really? Okay. Like, can I give you like a shocker? You know, which they shouldn't judge, but people do. I mean, they kind of do. If you say church, people go, oh, which is not right, and people shouldn't be judging. But which one do you think people will be more prone to go, y'all met online? Which site? You know, or if you met at a club, would they go, which club? You know, or something like that. Because people do kind of do that. You know, they really do. So, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that you could meet your happily ever after at, you know, online, or, you know, is it possible? Is it one in a gazillion chances? You know, we see people like these celebrities get married every other day. I don't know where they're meeting, you know, whatever. But for us regular folk, can we meet online? And be happy? And, you know, be in such a position where we actually can meet a real person, not be catfished, not meet a weirdo, not get games, feel safe, you know, invite someone to our house and not feel like we're going to get robbed, you know, and just feel like we're being courted normally, like we would back in the day when we didn't have all this other technology. Can we actually meet a real person? People have done it, but to have your guard down to a point where you feel comfortable enough where you're not so, I guess the word would be scared, or is it desperate? Because people also think if you're online, you must be desperate. Because the connotation with online also, this is the thing I don't like about it. If you're online and you're a woman or a man as well, if you're 40 and over, or 35, whatever, you must be desperate. Looking for a husband or wife, and you must, you know, if you don't have any kids or whatever, you must be on here, and you don't have any, so I'm it. You just take it. I'll give you a kid, or, you know, I'll marry you. I don't want kids or whatever, but since you don't have anything, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna give it to you, and you better take it or leave it. And then people are usually like, okay, I'll just take whatever, which is not right. You know, there's a video that I'm gonna show of a young lady that's gone viral. She is literally on the internet begging for a husband.
I need a husband. I need a husband. I'm tired of singleness. I'm 39 years old. Very soon I'll enter menopause, please. I need a husband in my life. No matter what you are doing, I'm going to marry you. Are you a barrel pusher? Are you a beggar? Are you a conductor? Please marry me. Please, I'm going to sponsor the marriage. I'm going to give you money to pay my bride price. I'm going to sponsor the wedding with my money. Please come and marry me. I'm tired of singleness. Please. I'm 39 years old. Please come and marry me. I'm getting old. Please. I need a husband in my life. I need a man in my life. I'm tired of singleness. Please, I don't want to buy myself. I no longer sleep. All my mates are married with kids, but nobody wants to marry me. Nigerians, please, I'm calling.
When I say I would never. I'm sorry. She's begging for kids. So now my thing is, what kind of man would respond to her? Now on my list right here, I would assume a man that's probably going to be a weirdo. A man who's probably going to want to play games with her because she's offering to pay for everything. She wants kids. She said all her friends are married with kids. She's 39. She don't want to die alone. She's begging. So she's like, I'll take whatever. So a man where you know her safety is going to be an issue. So, you know, she's taking the bottom of the barrel. So you know she's not going to get any high value man. Talk about high value men. She's not even looking for that. She just wants a man. Could you imagine the heartache she's going to have in her life? Okay, so those were my top five things that I liked about online and top 5 that I didn't like about online. So now I would love to hear what you guys think about my list. I would love to hear what you think about online dating. So write me, respond, let me know. Do you like my list? Do you agree with my list? I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, this is just what I think. I would love to hear from you all to tell me what you think about this online dating. Now, I know I come from the ATL, but I would love to hear what you all think about online dating. Give me your top 5 list. What you like and don't like. It ain't gotta be 5. It could be 1 or 2. But I would love to hear what y'all think. I wanted to say thank you guys for checking me out. You can hit me up at theredpodcast@gmail.com. And have a very good evening. And thank you for checking us out. Have a good night. Peace.